Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am very excited for today's video because we have a new palette from Nomad Cosmetics. So this is the Okavango Safari palette. This was sent to me in PR. This comes out in a couple days. This will actually be revealed the morning this video is going up, hopefully. And I am so excited to play with this. I already opened it to make sure everything looked fine, and it is so pretty. I think this is going to be a very popular launch from Nomad. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Colin. I'm a non-binary Latinx scientist and lover of makeup with a special interest in indie makeup and high-end makeup, and I tend to take a pretty analytical approach to my makeup reviews and my makeup collection as a whole, and I have new content every week, so I'd love to have you subscribe. Okay, so I am very excited for this palette. I wanted to film with it yesterday because I got it in the mail, and I did not have time after work yesterday for good reasons, though. Jamila from I'm Jamila was in Seattle for the day for work. She was, well, like the day before and then yesterday. And so she texted while I was at work and we went out to dinner and we had drinks. It was really lovely. This is the second time I've gotten to see her when she's been in Seattle, but it meant I did not have time to film yesterday. So it is now Friday at almost 6 o'clock. And I am going to hopefully have this video up tomorrow morning when this goes live. So this will retail probably for $30 something, like 37, 30, I don't remember exactly their normal price for their 15 pan palettes. And this will be launching next week on the 30th. And should be, the inside should be revealed today. As long as I can get this up Saturday. If it goes up Sunday, I'm sorry, but you know, life gets in the way. I work Saturday too, so I have to get it edited tonight. Very excited to play with this. But it is Friday after work. I had a very long day, so I am just having a hard seltzer, and I don't have any makeup on already. I have a little bit of concealer under my eyes and a couple like spots here and there, but that is it for makeup. So I might add some bronzer and blush and stuff when I'm done, but just gonna focus on the palette. I think I'm gonna do swatches and then a look per eye, just because it is almost 6 o'clock and I don't really have a lot of time to do other stuff. And washing my face and putting on makeup again tends to irritate my eyes. So, I also, before I start, I do wanna point out my earrings. I just got these. So Amanda from Makeup Just for Fun has her own Etsy, I almost said Etsy channel, but Etsy, called Just for Fun Style, and she makes earrings. And she recently I was watching a video or talking to her on Instagram, I don't remember what, and because we talk on Instagram every once in a while, and she was wearing these and she said like she had a few left, and I looked and I was like, oh my god, they're trilobites, I need them. For people who don't know, I'm a paleoanthropologist. These are definitely not human, so that means I study human evolution. So I study things from, hundreds of thousands of years ago and millions of years ago that are related to humans. These are way older than that, but I still love all things kind of paleontology and fossils. I used to work in the paleontology department at the Natural History Museum in New York, so had to get these, and so far really, really loving them. Okay, so the other thing I have on is a Lisa Eldridge lip gloss. This is the Gloss Embrace in Sorcery. It's the only one I have. I really need more colors. Love this. Kind of lip gloss, lip oil hybrid in formula. Really comfortable, really like this. Need more shades. Okay, so for palette details, this is the outer box. Really beautiful. Love the attention to detail. There's a buffalo, a lion, like a female lion and a rhino, and then an elephant right here. It is themed around the Okavango Safari, which is the Okavango Delta in Botswana. It also came with this really beautiful card with the elephant on it. I love elephants. When I was a kid, I had a giant framed poster of an elephant in my room. Really, really love this. So it says the destination is the Okavango Delta in Botswana. I'm glad they put that there. I knew it was in Botswana, but for those that don't know, it's on the box. And it's part of the Great Migration Trail, and it says the inspiration is the Big Five, which is the Big Five for the big animals. So, really excited to see what people think of this palette because it is very pretty. So this is the outer carton, and then this is the palette itself. It is like a velvet texture. It is soft touch, and then the details where it says Nomad Cosmetics is in gold and like textured, like it's embedded. Really, really pretty. And then normal Nomad palette mirror. And then here is the color story. It is probably the most neutral thing I've seen from Nomad Cosmetics, but it is so pretty. It is, and I remember talking to Felicia, the owner, like a year ago, and she was saying that she had some stuff coming out this year that was gonna be like elevated neutrals or neutrals with a twist, and I definitely think she did that with this, and I'm very excited. There's some really beautiful pan embossings. Like this one is Keystone Termites, and it has little termites going through it, so that's gonna get ruined when I swatch it, but whatever. This zebra print one is so well done and so cute. The Nile Crocodile one is really pretty. Really excited to use this. This is the kind of stuff that I've been wearing a lot since last fall. I've just been in the mood for neutrals and greens, especially lately greens, so I am excited. So I'm gonna take off my watch to do the swatches. I don't put any primer down, and I do, if you're new, I do have an olive undertone, so sometimes greens and yellows and stuff can look a little different on me than they will if you're like, you know, a fair-skinned white person with a pink undertone or something. So always take that into account, but I do know I have a bunch of people that follow me because they also have an olive undertone, and it's helpful to see swatches on it. Part of why I made this channel is because I struggled with finding that, and I kept getting things that looked me, I'd put them on and I would look sick. This was sent to me in PR. I do have a code with Nomad also. It is just the word bones. It is non-affiliated, so I don't earn any money from that. It's just a discount code, saves 10%. So use it or someone's code if you buy this. Never pay full price. So I'm going to swatch these, and I'm just gonna go, I think maybe, I don't know, I'm really torn. Sometimes I go across this way, sometimes I go down in columns. Because there's a lot of greens in the middle road, I think I'm gonna do rose, because this is kind of warm browns, this is kind of more green leaning, and this is a little more cool toned. So I think they're kind of themed that way. So the first shade is Towering Giraffes, and it's very soft. And I will have timestamps below if you don't want to see the swatches or you think I take too long. But I like to describe the shadows. I basically make the videos I want to watch, so if you don't like that, you can always skip ahead. So we've got Towering Giraffes. It's nice, kind of camely light brown. Leaping Lecheous. I don't know what that one is actually. I know a decent amount about African geography and ecology because of my training, but don't know what that is. This is a really pretty coppery shade. I don't see a shift necessarily, but it does have a brighter sparkle. Then we've got Elusive Leopards, which is a nice warm brown. So let's see. That one's almost my skin tone minus the undertone. That is a really pretty copper. So if you've never used a Nomad shimmer, they're not often, they do have multi-chromes in the Royal Europe palette, and they do duochromes periodically, but even just their regular metallics are really dimensional because they put a lot of sparkle in them. So this is definitely just a copper, but I see like white, pink, yellow, green. I see little specks of other colors in the pearl. And so it makes it really dimensional. Part of why I really love Nomad's palettes. I love the formula. I fell in love with it right after I tried it. Oh, they also sent me, because I never bought it in the past, the Orient Express palette. And I'm definitely gonna be using that soon. So if you'd like a video, since that is still around and it's been on sale a couple times, let me know. So then we've got Roaring Lions, which in the pan has like a dark brown and then a copper color, and it's kind of morphing into one. Those shades always kind of do that. And then we've got Pack of Wild Dogs. If you don't know, wild dogs are really interesting. A lot of people seem to confuse them with hyenas. That is really beautiful. It's really smooth. It's a little smoother than that one. I say that just because I've taught African archaeology classes and I've had undergrads confuse a lot of things. So that is definitely all warm browns, really pretty warm brown and copper tones. Second row, so we've got Moremi Game Reserve. These are all very soft, normal Nomad mattes, kind of an olivey toned matte. We've got Keystone Termites, ruining that termite embossing kind of, and that's kind of a gray tone, but like a hint of green. It's kind of like a pewter. And then Vumbura Plains, really beautiful, more chartreusey green. These are the ones that are gonna look a little different on me than maybe on another skin tone. That's really pretty. The termite one, I might have just swatched it. It feels a little harder pressed than the other ones, so it's not quite as thick. And then, yeah, that's a nice bright kind of lime green. This is gonna be a nice everyday wash of color kind of sparkle. I'm excited for that. And then we've got Nile Crocodiles. This one has like a lime green with darker green speckles in it. Feels a little drier than some of the others, but it turns into a really pretty lime shimmer. And then Chief's Island. I almost said Chef's Island. It's been a very long week, and I still have to work tomorrow. But then I'm off for 3 days. Yeah, it's pretty lime green, and then we've got more of a darker true green. Really like that. And then I have, after this, while this like loads onto my computer, I'm gonna go watch Drag Race. Then after Drag Race and dinner, I'm gonna edit. So it's gonna be a long day. Crash of Rhinos is this one, and it has little rhino footprints in it, or elephant footprints maybe. Really soft, really beautiful, cool tone brown. Migrating Zebras. The ones that I have like the swirls and stuff tend to feel a little drier, not dry, but just not as creamy as like the Leaping Copper up here. That is really pretty. It's kind of, the two shades are morphing together into like a silver, like a gunmetal shade, but it's really dimensional. And then we've got Rumbling Elephants, which is a nice gray, really pretty. Oh, that's really pretty. So there's a bit of green. It's like a cool tone green brown. It's a really beautiful silver, really smooth, really pretty gray. So you could do a really easy smoky eye with those two. And then we've got two shadows left. So Mighty Buffalo. That one looks like it's gonna be the same texture as Leaping Leshweb. Leshweez? I don't know. I think, oh yeah, that is an S. This is a nice cool tone brown. Really good for everyday kind of brown smoky eyes. Kind of the stuff I've been wearing lately to work is like these two shades together, or those two shades together. And then we've got a nice Honking Hippos is really nice, dark, rich chocolate brown. That's really beautiful. I'm definitely wearing that to work next week, maybe even tomorrow. And then a nice dark brown. This is really beautiful. I think this is a really well done color story. I think this is gonna sell really well if it performs well. It's gonna be very popular. So I'm gonna go wash off my arm, and then let's do two looks. I'm not exactly sure what I wanna do. I definitely wanna use this Rhino shade. And I definitely wanna use this Game Reserve shade. So we'll see. But I will be back in a second to do those two looks. Okay, so I could easily do a nice copper look, everyday look, and I can do more looks, like another 2 or 3 looks or something if people would like a second video. This is just a first impression, obviously, and I would like to do more looks. I just don't have time before the launch, and I really like to have this video go up when it's fully announced, because that's when everybody's searching. And people like Angelica Nyquist and some of those bigger YouTubers have their videos going up. So if I post this next week, I'll get barely any views. But if you are interested in more looks, I can definitely do more next week. Just let me know. But you could definitely do easy looks with just the copper shades. But I think I'm gonna do something with the green mattes, and then something with this. I could do an easy smoky eye, but I don't know. But I'm gonna start my first eye with Crash of Rhinos. I just primed with my NARS primer. And I'm just grabbing a rougher brush. This is a rougher 15, nice and fluffy. And we're just picking that up. I wanna see what that looks like on my eye. And I'll scoot in just a little bit. And I'm just gonna tap it right here. And then blend it into the crease. That's beautiful. Yeah, it's definitely like there's a bit of green to it. This is the Rhino shade, by the way. And if you've never tried Nomad mattes, they blend really easily. They're a little powdery, but soft. I know some people hate having soft powdery shadows, but that means it's gonna blend easier. So this is the kind of shade I will probably, my go-to look with this is probably gonna be this shade and then a shimmer, one of these green shimmers or the brown shimmer, and then, you know, do kind of something similar with the coppers. I'm excited to wear this. So if anybody is watching All Stars 8, I'd love to know who you think is gonna win. Who are your top 4? I definitely think Jimbo's probably gonna be in the top, just because they're doing very well, and it's their 3rd time on. Excited to see Jessica Wilde doing so well. As soon as I saw her, I'm really glad they made her do the acai thing, and they reference back to that, because every time I see her, I just think, I love that drink. So I've dipped into this. This is the 3rd time, just making it nice and smoky, just because why not? And I'm just diffusing it into my crease. And this is a nice fluffy brush, so I'm putting it right here, and then just doing this, and it's kind of blending the edges up. I just need to clean up the edge down here with concealer when I'm done. That's definitely like a little bit of a green tone to it. Really like that. And then, if I can find it, I'm gonna grab this little brush and I'm gonna pick up a little of the gray. Just wanna see how that gray works to deepen. Okay, that works really well. It's nice, it's a pretty neutral cool gray, so I think it'll work well versus a black. Easily do monochromatic looks and stay in each row, but I like to mix and match. So I could, if I wanted to keep this more monochromatic, I could use this buffalo shade over the lid, but I think I'm gonna use the termite shade. I really wanna see what that looks like. So I'm gonna pick up a rougher 21. So I'm picking up a rougher 21. It's my favorite shimmer brush, as you can see. I think I have 4. And I'm gonna pick up the termite shade, just drawing that little line of termites. And I'm gonna put that right here. I might use my finger too. I just wanna see how it works with a brush. Minus the gray, minus adding the gray, just these 2 shades is gonna be a go-to look for me. Okay, so I got a nice wash of that, and there's definitely a bit of green. It's like a cool toned, I don't know, khaki shimmer, if that makes sense. There's definitely some like lighter green, like lime green, yellowy sparkle to it. Now I'm gonna use my finger, pick up a little bit more, and I just wanna see how that definitely makes it more metallic. I would say using a glitter glue or something would also make it more metallic. I just don't feel like doing that. And I made a mess and got shimmer up here, but that's fine. I'm just gonna have some drinks and watch Drag Race, so I don't really care about shimmer in my crease. I will wear this to work next week and, you know, keep you updated, but really like that so far. I might grab this pencil brush, pick up a little bit of the lime color, just put a little bit there for a little, this is the Nile Crocodile shade. I really like that. It's neutral, but also a little green. I really like that. Okay, so now let's do the other side, and I really want to try these greens. I'm gonna go into the more lime shade. I want to see how that works. I know I'm gonna use the Game Reserve shade a lot. And I'm gonna put this on the inner part of my crease on this eye. That's really pretty. It's definitely lime, but kind of muted lime, which I think it's not like neon lime. So I think that'll make it a little more approachable for people who are afraid of color and maybe haven't tried something like this because color can be intimidating. Really like that though. That's really pretty. You can easily just put brown over the lid or something after that. Now let's try the Game Reserve shade. This one right here, the little more mustardy tone one. And I'm gonna put that out here. That's gonna be a really good transition shade for me, especially once I start getting a tan. It's been really sunny lately, but I've been indoors working. So I've gotten a little bit of sun when I walk between my main building and another building. Normally, like, I sit on the roof when it's nice or something and read or listen to music a little, hang out with my best friend. But I have the next 3 days off, and I will definitely be doing, well, not, I work tomorrow, but I have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off, and I will definitely be enjoying the sun while I can. And I have a bunch of time off already planned because of concerts and things I'm going to, including Steven coming to Seattle to see Tori Amos. One of the things that we bonded over when we first met was our mutual love of Tori Amos. And so we're finally going to get to see her together, and I am so excited. I'm just searching for another brush. I will use this very stained Sigma brush. This is a Sigma blending brush, and I'm gonna pick up the darker green. I just wanna see how dark I can go, how it blends into the other two. This might be a contender for one of my new favorite Nomad palettes. I really love the Royal Europe palette because it has multi-chromes and it has really beautiful shades, but these are like my everyday kind of colors. Memorial Day, so there's sales for everything. I don't think I'm gonna be shopping too much. I do need some summer clothes, so I might buy a few things. I need a new pair of pants, so I might go to Madewell for those, and I might get some stuff at Bonobos. I need some more shirts, but I'm not planning on spending too much. I'm trying very hard not to spend like $100 at Viseart, but they're discontinuing a bunch of things that I've wanted, and so I will probably be buying those today. So if you'd like a little Viseart haul video, let me know. Although there are things that'll have discontinued, but I can like go over why I bought them and what I bought. Swatch them, that kind of thing. Let me know. I also might try Singed Beauty. I might get some of Angelica's brushes. I've wanted to, and now that they're on sale, it feels like, yes, let's do this. Okay, so I think for this shade, you could easily you could be adventurous and put the copper shades over this. You could put the zebra shade. I'm gonna put the buffalo shade on, so it's not monochromatic. So basically like brown with a hint of green and green with brown on this side. Let's put that all over the lid. I think the buffalo shade with the hippo shade or the rhino shade would be a really beautiful everyday kind of smoky but not too smoky look. I think this buffalo shade would also pair really nicely because I'm seeing some bits of copper and orange in the sparkle. So I think it would also pair really nicely with the warm browns. It's also a way to mute those greens if you're nervous to wear them by using a neutral shimmer. Okay, I'm gonna go off camera real quick and use concealer to touch up right here, add some mascara, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and this is the finished 2 looks. Really happy with these, really happy with how these turned out, especially this one. I think this is basically going to be my go-to look with this palette. I'll probably also do a go-to look with the bronzes, but this is my comfort zone, that like earthy, greeny, neutral kind of look. Really obsessed with this. Really love this brown shimmer and the way it's melting into those green shadows too, though. These are really great. I didn't use any of the coppery shades on the top row, but I used most of the bottom 2 rows, and I have a feeling a lot of people in their videos are gonna use those warm tone shades because that's everyone else's default. So really happy with these. I went ahead and added a little bit of my Tower 28 mascara, more of my Lisa Eldridge lip gloss, and then because I didn't have anything on before, just concealer, like I said, I had the Givenchy concealer. Video on that should be coming soon if anybody's still actually interested, but I have 280 under my eyes, and then I have 310 as like a couple spot concealer because I had like a couple zits and some razor burn like right around my jawline. And then I went ahead and added a little blush and bronzer from the Hourglass Elephant palette. It felt very fitting to use this. Really love this. This was my first Hourglass thing, and really love this. But it felt very fitting to use these together. So I really like this palette. I will have price details, all of that kind of stuff in the description box, like always. Normally these palettes are like 30 something, like 37, 39, I don't remember exactly. But you can save 10% with my code, like I said. And I definitely think the quality is the same Nomad quality. It's the same really good Nomad formula. The shimmers are really nice. I know some people didn't like their like Christmas palette and stuff. The shimmers are like more of a highlighter texture and really thin. These are not like that. These are their standard shimmers. So I think if you've tried Nomad before, you will appreciate, and you like this color story, you'll like it. If you haven't tried Nomad before, but you like these kind of tones, I think you will enjoy this. But obviously, again, this is a first impression. I'm just basing that on 2 eye looks and, you know, past experience with my other 4, 5, like 7, 8 palettes from Nomad. So I will definitely come back and give you more thoughts once I've used it more, but I did want to have this first impression up ASAP since it is about to be launched. And I know people buy things right away pretty regularly. Let me know your thoughts, what you think of the palette, what you think of the 2 looks I did. As always, I really love to hear your thoughts. I like to talk to you in the description box. So comment, it also helps the algorithm. Liking and commenting really help. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.